Well, Paul, we'll talk about the good things first, and a fantastic comeback in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was. I think you know me well enough. I'm not exactly jumping for joy at the minute. I feel like it's an opportunity missed and a wasted first 45 minutes. We spoke about it before the game. We a lot about starting well and being on the front foot, and kind of near enough did the opposite. I don't think they did much to us, in fairness, but we certainly didn't do much to them. And the very first ball, I think we gave away a free kick. The ball in, they should have gone 1-0 up in the opening minute. They didn't, thankfully, but it wasn't that much longer. And the goal for me summed us up first half. Kind of win the first header, but then probably when you watch it back, it will seem a lot quicker. But I think you get a sense from having watched enough games, played enough games, that it takes an age really for anyone to react. And all right, we got a little block, but fell to the lad and he took it away. And first half we got what we deserved.
And it hasn't been the first time, has it, in recent games where you've had to do that?
No, we kind of, like I said, we had all the players and Chris earlier in the week, and then today it was stressed about the importance of a start and trying to really get on top of this Barnet team, because I think what kind of happened second half, we kind of seen in spells, but it can't be. There has to be a mentality shift of, you can't be behind in games to then get a reaction. When people are running hard at the end, when they're trying to get the winner or trying to get the equaliser, I want that mentality from the start. And we're not the first team, and we won't be the last team that's ever showed that sort of comeback or qualities to come back. But I want better, and the players know what we want. So disappointed with that it took, that sort of disappointment to finally get going. I will give him credit, but I've said there, I'm not going to give him heaps of praise, because he should have been 3 points.
The fact you made a second change, having had to make a change already at half-time, probably says how unhappy you were with that first 45.
Yeah, and I'll take some responsibility. I've just said that to the players. Perhaps I got it wrong in terms of should have played two up front. I've got my own feelings on it, but if that makes people feel better, then I'll take that responsibility of us on a difficult surface. There's no getting away from that, but that doesn't. You can still run on it. You can still run up and down. That's for sure. So yeah, I'll take a bit of that.
You brought on Tristan Abrahams and then later Ben Fox, and they both made a big difference.
Yeah, just said that to him there. I thought Foxy was excellent when he went on. Just said he's giving me a headache. Tris did well as well. We've had chats and kind of know where we're both at. So I just said that the point's good, as in it could be a big point. So that's probably the headline for people, as in a big point. I'm sure I'll see that from Liam when he puts his thing on social media. But I've come out of the game with question marks, and probably some question marks that I don't want. But we move on to the next one. We this time of season, look at the other results. Again, that's a frustration. We should be sat or stood here talking about us being in fifth, but we have moved up a position. We take a step closer. We keep an unbeaten run going, with a couple of home games to come. So, yes, on some kind of reflection, happy with the point, but I wanted to win the game today, and I think the opportunity was there too.
You mentioned question marks. Is one of those question marks, how do you play without John McAtee?
I think we can, but it's having the pitch, in fairness, that's one thing I would say that probably didn't help on that side of how we would like to play. It was easier, I guess, to put the ball forward, but even then we started picking second balls up and we were a man lighter in there, which doesn't particularly make sense. And we got the ball to us wide players, and they caused some problems. So we've had, numerous entries, I guess, as the stats like to call it, into their penalty box, and we got us rewards in the end. I must admit, and again, not trying to be smart about it, but never thought we were totally out of the game. But there were a few things, efforts that went straight down the keeper's throat or close calls that didn't go in. The later it goes, of course, you do start to wonder, but I did feel like we were always in with a shout.
You lost to Michel Fete, looked like an ankle injury, is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's whether the pitch has contributed to that, but that's what it was. It looked innocuous, but then he'd stayed down, got back up, and very quickly was back down, so came off. And I don't know if it's a bit of fate, but I kind of went for Jordan Cropper instead of Sean Pearson on the bench, and it turned out to be the right decision. But I wish I was that good, because I'd be picking the lottery numbers for everyone.
And no Danny Amos today?
No, he's the one that I discussed about a back issue. Thought there was a chance of him training Friday to see how he got on, but that was taken away, and so we'll have to see how he gets on next week. In my head, without being the physio or seeing any damage, I'm hopeful that he should be able to at least give it a go next week, but whether that's the case, we'll see. As I said, the back is an awkward one, particularly as the pitches are firming up and things.
And any news on John McAtee?
He joined in training. The first day looked like he was really conscious of it. The second day was better, not perfect, but better. That's potentially a decision that I've got to make my mind upon. So we'll see how he gets on next week, as we will with a couple of the other players.